How Vladimir Putin spends his billions. No one really knows just exactly how much Russian President Vladimir Putin is worth. Some claim for Putin to the richest man in the world. Yet according to the Kremlin, he earns around merely $133,000 a year and but lives in a small apartment. Interestingly, a former Russian government advisor estimated his fortune to be worth $70 billion, while hedge fund manager Bill Browder, a noted critic of Putin, claimed it was more like $200 billion. So, with so much inconsistencies surrounding the famous leader's fortune, curiosity regarding his lifestyle has peaked. Therefore, don't forget to watch today's video to the very end to find out exactly how Vladimir Putin spends his billions. If we base our assumptions according to all the facts and figures that have been reported from different sources in regards to Putin's wealth, a fortune that enormous would propel him straight past Amazon founder and richest man in the world Jeff Bezos, who Forbes estimates has $150.2 billion to his name alone. The reason why we really cannot pin down Putin's exact net worth with much certainty was elucidated in the form of the 2015 Panama Papers that revealed that Putin may be involved in obstruction and bolstering of his fortune through proxies. Although no one can truly be certain, in today's video we put together a list of all the clues that indicate that Putin is likely one of the richest people on planet Earth. Without further ado, let's jump right in. Spending on expensive real estate. As president of Russia, Putin's official residence is the Moscow Kremlin. However, he spends most of his time at a suburban government residence outside of the city called Novo-Ogoryovo. He reportedly has access to 20 different palaces and villas. Official records published in 2016 by the Kremlin would have us believe that Putin has a very modest real estate portfolio. The report said he owned a small plot of land and an apartment with a garage. But over the years, Putin has been linked to other properties, the most controversial of which is the so-called secret palace. This was reportedly built for Putin using illegal state funds. This epic mansion reportedly cost $1 billion to build. It has a private theater and landing pad with room for 3 helicopters. The bedrooms are suitably grandiose, and the wall art is just as opulent. Snapshots of the then under-construction mansion were leaked back in 2011. The following year, opposition leader and Putin critic Boris Nemtsov produced a dossier claiming that Putin owned multiple private jets, helicopters, and yachts. Nemtsov alleged that out of the 20 state residences Putin had access to, 9 were built during his tenure as president. Spending on luxurious private jets. The president was also accused by the opposition leader of owning 58 different types of aircraft, including a Dassault Falcon, which seats 19. One of his planes was said to have an $11 million cabin fitted out by jewelers, and that toilet which cost close to $100,000. This plane has room for up to 186 passengers. Putin is accused of owning not 1, but 5 of these luxe babies. Spending on super yachts. The dossier claimed Putin has a collection of 4 yachts, each costing thousands of dollars to maintain. Rossiya, one of his yachts, was upgraded in 2005. It reportedly cost $1.2 billion to do. The Graceful, another of his yachts, reportedly sleeps 14 people and has 6 bedrooms. Then there's Olympia. He was reportedly given this 57-meter luxury yacht, worth $35 million, as a gift from Chelsea Football Club owner and oligarch Roman Abramovich. According to a former head of a state shipping company in Russia, Putin runs the yacht using state money. Spending on luxury watches. It seems that Putin also likes to take pride in his appearance, as the 2012 dossier also claimed that Putin has 11 watches worth an estimated $687,000. According to the Russian government-owned paper, Russia Beyond Headlines, Putin owns an A-Lange and sewn turbograph perpetual Portmerite, which costs $500,000. A $1 million Patek Philippe, going up for auction in July 2017, was also said to be owned by Putin. Accompanying documentation claimed he was the owner, although the Kremlin has categorically denied these claims. In the past, Putin has even given away his watches. The president reportedly owned 5 Blancpain watches at one time, but gave away one to a Siberian boy while on vacation and another to a factory worker who asked for a keepsake. The watches were reportedly worth $10,500 each. Spending on bespoke clothing. Let's now talk about the premier's luxurious clothing. Newsweek's Ben Judah spent 3 years researching Putin for his book and claimed that Putin prefers bespoke suits and dour Valentino ties over anything else. Russian government-owned paper, Russia Beyond the Headlines, confirmed Putin's expensive taste for tailored suits. In 2015, it published an article claiming that the president's preferred brand of suits was Kitten and Brioni. Such suits are made from start to finish by one tailor, take dozens of hours to complete, and have a starting price tag of $5,500. The article read, according to Russia Beyond the Headlines, Putin also has a stylist who has been dressing him for over 10 years. The stylist rips off all the labels from his clothes, so these do not accidentally catch the eyes of journalists. In 2015, Putin was photographed working out with Russian Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev. Courts reported that his Laurel Penis silk and cashmere blend sweatpants cost $1,425. Putin teamed this with a matching top, making the outfit cost a whopping $3,200 in total, spending on his health and fitness. As Newsweek reported when talking about Putin's daily routine, that Putin spends about 2 hours swimming. While he's in the water, Putin often gets much of Russia's thinking done. Judah wrote, after he's done swimming laps, Putin lifts weights in the gym. It is therefore reasonable to assume that Putin spends top up to his trainers, gyms, as well as his exercise equipment and clothing. An example of this was clearly seen in 2015, when he was photographed exercising with Russian Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev. As Esquire reported, his workout outfit cost a hefty $3,200. His secret hidden fortune. Apart from things that we can see, there is the issue of those that we can't. In 2007, ex-Kremlin official Stanislav Belkovsky claimed that Putin had a $40 billion fortune hidden away in Switzerland and Liechtenstein. At the time, that would have made him the fourth wealthiest person in the world, between business magnate Carlos Slim and late IKEA founder Ingvar Kamprad. At the time, Belkovsky said Putin secretly controlled 37% of the shares of Surgutneftegaz and 4.5% of Gazprom, two giant Russian oil companies. He also said he controlled at least 75% of Swiss oil trader Gunvor, The Guardian reported, but added, I suspect there are some businesses I know nothing about. Gunvor has refuted these claims, however. President Putin does not and never has had any ownership, beneficial or otherwise, in Gunvor. A Gunvor spokesperson said in a statement to Business Insider, he is not a beneficiary of Gunvor or its activities. Estimates of Putin's net worth have only risen over time. Browder, the CEO of Hermitage Capital Management, believes that Putin has access to a secret fortune of $200 billion. Browder had invested in Russia in the 1990s, but ultimately came into conflict with Putin after Browder's lawyer Sergei Magnitsky was jailed and brutally killed while investigating corruption. Browder advocated for the passage of the Magnitsky Act in 2012, leading to U.S. sanctions against Russian oligarchs. Putin's inner circle is actually the reason why no one can seem to pin down Putin's exact worth with any certainty. The Guardian reported that in 2010, U.S. diplomatic cables suggested Putin held his wealth via proxies, including his best friend Sergei Rolugin and banker Yuri Kovalchuk. Some of those connections were exposed in the 2015 Panama Papers. The massive leak didn't include any files directly pertaining to Putin, but they did reveal that his friends have earned millions from deals that seemingly could not have been secured without his patronage, The Guardian reported. Russian journalists Andrei Soldatov and Irina Borogin have said that, as a result, the Panama Papers leak was seen as an attack on personal friends of Putin, his immediate circle. But Putin and the Kremlin have denied allegations that he's used his role to enrich himself and his friends. Myers wrote that the Russian leader said, I'm the wealthiest man, not just in Europe, but in the whole world. I collect emotions. I am wealthy in that the people of Russia have twice entrusted me with the leadership of a great nation, such as Russia. I believe that is my greatest wealth. The repeated rebuttals have done nothing to dispel the scrutiny on Putin's alleged riches. In a country where 20 million people can barely make ends meet, the luxurious life of the president is a brazen and cynical challenge to society from a high-handed potentate. Nemtsov wrote in one 2012 white paper. The politician, a longtime and vocal critic of Putin, was assassinated in 2015. With that, we come to the end of today's video. If you have anything to add or have something to say about how you feel regarding Vladimir Putin's luxurious lifestyle and sweat-free spending habits, feel free to do so in the comment section below. And join in the next time for more of such interesting content.